Out in the open, Arjun-Sussanne affair exposed. 9XC exclusive. Sanjay Dutt to produce a Ranbir film. Parinithi's next is a web series for Y Films. Hey guys, I'm Caitlin and you have tuned in to 9XC.com the show.
I'm hot, you're not, I'm a superstar. I'm a superstar. 9XC, 9XC.
Sussanne Khan और अर्जुन रामपाल की चोरी पकड़ी गई. Ever since Sussanne and Hrithik Roshan's split was announced, there have been rumors that their close friend Arjun Rampal is one of the reasons for their breakup. Here comes the big exposing. Last weekend, as we reported, 9XC.com caught Sussanne and Arjun. The two were spotted at a coffee shop in Juhu, a posh locality of Mumbai. Now, this coffee shop is not some secluded spot, but a place that many people frequent. When Sussanne and Arjun walked in, the place was relatively empty. They were deep in conversation and didn't even realize that the cafe had begun to fill up. Suddenly, the two noticed that they were attracting attention and people were even trying to take their photo together. So they could not do anything but flee. An eyewitness told 9XC.com, they got extremely uncomfortable with the public attention and fled in Sussanne's car. Arjun's SUV followed them behind. Could the two have been planning their much speculated wedding? Sure, Sussanne's mother Zareen Khan denied this to 9XC.com by saying,
"It's totally false. Please stop this noise. It's totally false. Okay, I'm saying this. Totally false. Okay, saying not even a little ounce of truth in it. Whoever's doing it is a troublemaker."
But now that we have spotted Sussanne and Arjun together in public, kahani kuch aur hi hai. In fact, this is the first time in the last 2 years that Sussanne has been spotted with Arjun minus Meher. There were rumors that Arjun had moved out of the home he shared with Meher and was living in a hotel. When 9XC.com the show had asked him about it, he had said,
"There was news of you being out of the house, not living with Meher."
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Well, those few words said a lot more than any official statement. But the fact that Sussanne and Arjun are stepping out in public together is quite something. So a quick question. Will the two now come out and profess their love for each other? Let's wait and watch. And Sussanne could have waited forever for ex-husband Hrithik to show up, but he stood her up. Remember how we told you that when Sussanne dropped off Hrithik and her sons at Hrithik's parents' house for Ganesh Chaturthi, she didn't even bother visiting the family? As soon as her sons got out of the car, she sped away. Now it was Hrithik's turn to show her down. And lo and behold, he did. Hrithik's former father-in-law, Sanjay Khan, had warmly invited him to celebrate Eid at their home. And what did Hrithik do? Well, he did not turn up. Does it have something to do with the fact that Sussanne was also there and Hrithik wanted to take badla? It all sounds filmy, but trust us, it's Bollywood. Yahan kuch bhi ho sakta hai. And currently, here's what's been happening in Ranbir Kapoor's career. After a bad run at the movies, Ranbir is all set to release Tamasha, co-starring ex-girlfriend Deepika Padukone. But that's not the only project he has in hand. After the ambitious Bombay Velvet, Ranbir has another challenging role to play. Ranbir is set to play Sanjay Dutt in the biopic on the senior actor. This film is being co-produced by Rajkumar Hirani and Vidhu Vinod Chopra. Now 9XC.com has learned that there is a third party who might produce the biopic. This party is none other than Sanjay himself. A source said, recently Sanjay had long talks with Raju and Vidhu on his intention to co-produce his biopic. The modalities are fast being worked out. This film should put his production house firmly on track. Sanjay was working on his production house Sanjay Dutt Productions, but his plans were derailed when he was imprisoned. Now his wife Manyata tried to keep the company up and running, but she was not experienced enough and could not handle it single-handedly. However, if things do go according to plan, Sanjay will co-produce the film, and what a film to produce. Unfortunately, from that happy piece of news, we've got some rather sad news to share. Legendary singer Asha Bhosle's son Hemant Bhosle expired on Monday morning. The music composer was suffering from cancer and passed away in Scotland at the age of 66. Asha was in Dubai when she was informed about his demise. She was supposed to travel to India to celebrate sister Lata Mangeshkar's birthday, but when the news of Hemant's death reached the family, the celebrations were called off. It was reported that when Asha and Lata met, they had a quiet moment together. This tragic news comes 3 years after the death of Asha's daughter Varsha. She had shot herself on October 8, 2012 at her Mumbai home. Our prayers are with the family. Coming up, Parinithi's next is a web series for Y Films. KRK threatens Twitter with dire consequences. Welcome back to 9XC.com, the show where we have got a lot more gossip and Bollywood news for you. Whenever Amitabh Bachchan makes an announcement, fans take notice. And notice they did when Amitabh tweeted about the next television series that he is starring in, Aaj Ki Raat Hai Zindagi, which starts soon on the Star Plus network. T 2005. Life is not so bad after all. Hashtag Aaj Ki Raat Hai Zindagi on at Star Plus. Badoomba. The tweet immediately went viral and gathered up to more than 1 million views under 20 hours. That's right, dosto. 10 lakh views 20 ghante ke andar. Isn't that amazing? And even Amitabh was super excited about the views his tweet knocked up. Yeah, 1 million views on Facebook within 20 hours. 1 million. Badoomba! Amitabh is one of those few actors whose Twitter handle sees a lot of action. His fans get replies to all the queries that they have. Well, this series definitely raised our interest and Amitabh surely seems to be kicked about it. We'll keep you posted on this one, and another actress who's going to be online soon enough is Parinithi Chopra. Parinithi Chopra is on a roll. The Ishaqzadi girl is slaying it all by bagging prestigious and interesting projects. 9XC.com told you about Parinithi and the who's who of indie and mainstream cinema coming together for a Y Films online series. For the uninitiated, Y Films is the youth segment of Yash Raj Films. Based on one of the what-if situations that people talk about, Man's World reimagines the world we live in and gives us a glimpse of how the world would be if men were in the place of women and vice versa. Parinithi is joined by Bhumi Pednekar, earlier seen in the YRF production Dam Laga Ke Haisha. और इनके साथ सीरीज में होगी रिचा चड्ढा और कल्की कोचलिन. Now things seem to be looking up for Parinithi, who's bagged another YRF project recently. 9XC.com told you about how Parinithi is returning with Arjun Kapoor in a supernatural drama that's under the YRF banner. Seems YRF believes in nurturing the talent that they introduced. And wow, Man's World has Parinithi, Kalki, Bhumi and Richa in the same project. Isn't that beyond awesome? Faster internet connection lene ka time aa gaya. And with that, we move on to another story regarding the world of internet that's not so happy. Kamal Khan's Twitter account is one of the best places to visit if you want a few laughs. But seems the fun and games are beginning to end for the Deshdrohi star. With KRK starting Twitter wars with other celebs on a consistent basis, someone had to give a fitting reply. And now things are getting worse. 9XC.com told you about how KRK made distasteful comments about Rishi Kapoor and also brought his son into the argument. India has few biggest and failure in life, and undoubtedly this at Chinskap topped the list. The idiot was side hero and will die a side hero. This Sarakchap, frustrated at Chinskap, is so big a failure that he asked his son to go with Sanjay Leela on honeymoon to get launched in his film. The outspoken senior actor, who has earlier faced flack for his Twitter post, didn't take it kindly and reported the matter to Twitter. This man is a failure. He tweets all garbage as he is a failed flop actor. Avoid him. He is a fundamentalist. Reporting this to Twitter for foul language. Remember those 3 dots at the bottom of each post? That's correct. If you click on that, you get an option to report the post. And Rishi did so promptly. Well, Twitter took note of his complaint and did the needful. Asked KRK to delete the offending tweet. If it was anyone else, they'd be off Twitter for a while. Lekin apna KRK to KRK hai. KRK shot off tweets not only to the Twitter official handle but also to Rishi Jaitley, the site's market director for India. And the tweets sound like they are right from a screenplay of a Bollywood movie, guys. Something like Mere andar ke janwar ko jaga mat. Here is what KRK had to say. Just remember please, at RS Jetli, at Twitter India, entire world knows what I'm capable to do. I will not allow you to spoil my reputation in society. Mr. at RS Jetli at Twitter India, please don't push me against the wall and suspend my parody accounts, or I will be forced to do what I don't want to, LOL. How seriously do you take threats which end with an LOL? Well, we'll find out that when the story develops, and we'll keep you posted. Coming up, 9XE.com, the show's exclusive interview with Drishyam director Nishikant Kamat, who spills the beans on his forthcoming projects. Welcome back to 9XE.com, the show. Nishikant Kamat has given us action thrillers that have won praise from almost everybody. Drishyam opened to a positive response, and the performance he got from Ajay Devgan and Tabu was really appreciated. 9XE.com, the show had an exclusive interview with the successful director.
Never made a film looking for collections. Always made a film that makes you look credible. And most importantly, what excites you as a story. Drishyam was an exciting storytelling experience for me. So, for me, collections came later on. Of course, my first and prime motive generally is that my producer's money should come back. Then after that, how much it earns is another story. But my base, yes, jitne lage hain, they have to come back. So of course, that concern is always there for me, for every film. When it comes to number games, as in how much number it will do, I've never gone into that plan. I've never, like I've done like 4 crore films also and 50 crore films also. So it is never with the thought that, you know, every film will make so much. It's always the story idea which excites me. And the second prime motive is that producer ka paisa nikalna chahiye. Tabu was my only choice. In fact, I remember discussing it with my direction department also. You know, like, yaar, apart from Tabu, I cannot think of anyone else. So I was worried that she's going to say yes or no, or what will happen. Because if I don't have a second choice and I have to go on floor in like 20-25 days, and she date hai ki nahi, wo bhi pata nahi. I went to meet her with Kumar Mangal, the producer. I and Kumar ji gaye. And I had met her 1 or 2 times before, but we had never discussed a film. I went and I told her there is this Malayalam film called Drishyam. She said, oh, I have already seen it. I always wanted to play the cop. So I didn't even narrate to her anything. So it was very simple that she only said that I always wanted to play the cop. I said, Tabu, I've come here for that only. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. So that was in fact one of the fastest castings ever. After this, I have Rocky Handsome on release and Madari on release. Rocky Handsome has John Abraham. Madari has Irfan Khan. Rocky Handsome is very high octane action. Extremely high octane. That much I can vouch for, that these type of action sequences we have not seen in this part of the world. And we've gone out of the way to make it in a special fashion. Ek chota muh badi baat hogi, but it's slightly, we've shot it in a very Wonkar zone. So it's a completely different take on an action film. For me, it is completely different from Laibhari, Force, Drishyam. It is completely different, radically opposite. So I'm very excited about that. It's a very strong film, I feel. As in, it's a very intense film. Talking about Madari, I can say is it's an Irfan Khan film. So it's obvious it's an intense film, Irfan being such an intense actor. It's a story of a common man, how he takes on the system because something goes wrong in his life. And people, I tell to some people, whoever has seen Dombivli Fast, it's probably Dombivli Fast on acid trip. So it's madness to the core, but it's very serious cinema, it's very intense cinema, but a proper commercial film. So these are the 2 films. Like again, Madari is radically opposite to Rocky Handsome. Doesn't have action, it's shot very straight, very realistic, very realistic cinema. Like I'm going back to the zone when I had made Dombivli Fast and Mumbai Meri Jaan, so it's more into that zone. So this is the white bouquet I have right now. shooting pattern wise it is opposite. Like Rocky Handsome has 5 songs, high octane action, whereas Madari is songless, very realistic, very straight shot, and very relatable as in characters. Rozmarra ki zindagi ke characters.
So Bollywood recently walked the red carpet for an award show and they were all dressed up. But were their style statements impressive? Let's find out. Imagine what Deepika Padukone must have felt like when she ran into Aditi Rao Hydari at the awards. It would have been like looking into a mirror, only the reflection would have been way shorter. Both are wearing the same designer, Gaurav Gupta. Both their ensembles are white with ruffles, and they've also styled it similarly with slicked back hair. Seriously, how did the designers people not inform the actresses' stylists? But since they did come dressed alike, comparisons are bound to happen. We're giving this round to Deepika. Akshay Kumar walked the red carpet, but he was not alone. Lara Dutta and Amy Jackson accompanied him. The colour of Lara's Shantanu and Nikhil look was a little bit dull for the red carpet. We've seen her in gorgeous bright gowns, so this one felt a little off. Amy, on the other hand, went for drama in black and white. Shahid Kapoor brought his gloriously bearded face to the red carpet. Oh, and he also wore a suit. Actress and stylist Purnia Qureshi wore an interesting Monisha Jaising gown. Wonder how she took a breath in that lung-constricting bodice. This gown is strictly made only for the red carpet. Note, do not try this at home or any other public place. Richa Chadda is upping her style game, and sometimes she gets it right, but sometimes she's way off the mark. With this look, we're on the fence. I mean, she's wearing a lace dress and a lace jacket. One part of us thinks she looks a little over the top, and the other thinks it's so soft and feminine. We'll let you guys be the judge on this one. Ayushmann Khurrana has a quirky sense of style, which he brought to the red carpet with this fashion-forward shiny jacket. We think the jacket might be a little too shiny. I mean, if you look closely, you can even see the reflection of the photographers in it. So who was the best dressed Bollywood celeb at the GQ Awards according to you guys? Tweet to us at 9XE The Show using hashtag Bollywood at GQ Awards, or talk to us on facebook.com/9XE. And that's all we have for you on this episode of 9XE.com The Show. But for more fashion updates, check out our site 9XE.com and go to YouTube for our full episodes. Write to us on facebook.com/9XE and at 9XE The Show. That's our Twitter handle. For Bollywood news on the go, download our free 9XE app for Android and iOS. I'll see you guys on Friday, but until then, check out this 9XE Frames moment. At the same awards function where we saw the celebrities decked out, we ran into Prateek Babbar, and since he has been away from the scene, the media decided to ask him what he's been up to. Slight problem though, we couldn't quite make out what he was saying.
I've been around, I've been finding my feet, I've been trying to figure myself out as an actor, as a human being.
And here's another moment. Shah Rukh Khan dropped by the Ae Dil Hai Mushkil set, and we got this lovely photo of him and director Karan Johar with Ranbir Kapoor. And since we're feeling generous, here is another 9XE frame worthy moment. We exclusively caught a pregnant Rani Mukherjee and husband Aditya Chopra outside the gynecologist clinic in Mumbai. Rani was almost unrecognizable without makeup, but she had the best accessory, a baby bump. Ciao for now, guys.